including Lottie Dottie. It's your boy Retro. Let you know that registration for Mission 448 is open. You can register today and ride the four corners of your state or multiple states. Who's going to be the first to collect the four corners of each of the lower 48 states? Hashtag Who's Got Next. Register today and ride the four corners of your state.
Yo, what's up, everybody, including Lottie Dottie? It's your boy Retro with you on today. We're not on twos, we're on eights. So y'all gonna have to bear with us. But we want to hop on and say what's up. If you have not already hit the subscribe button, please go ahead and do so. Uh, I tell you, it's an early morning for me, and right out the back, right out the gate, we just got right at it. So we out here hustling, y'all, and but I had a few minutes to hop on and say what's up to everybody, especially Lottie Dottie. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. If you haven't registered for Mission 448, make sure you guys check it out, man. If you need any information, any more information about what it is, or in the comment section, inquire, and I'll respond with the information about Mission 448. I want to give a shout out to the Towers and the crew, Josh, aka Digger, because they have. Oh, I didn't even put my watch on this morning. They have officially launched. They're getting some yonder, some real yonder. They're on their way to Maine to start their four corners of the United States. But Josh and his crew, they are also family members of Mission 448. They're part of the family, y'all. They knocked out Virginia, their initial run, and and while they're out doing the four corners of the United States, they're also going to do the four corners of California and Florida, Mission 448 style. So let's make some noise for them right about there. And so, want to know who's got next? I'm getting ready to launch here in a little bit and knock out some more four corners as well. Because the question is, who's going to be the first to collect the um, four corners of all of the lower 48 states? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm out here getting some gas money, y'all. I got a load on my back right here, get ready to drop it off. And then we got some other stuff we got to do. Oh, there's a mural right there, guys. I got to go snag that one. If you don't know about mural hunting on Tues, make sure you check that out as well. That's a page that we set up a few years back. It's probably been about a year or two now, and it's a great group. People who enjoy murals and artwork will snap pictures of murals while they're out and about on Tues, post to the group, and sometimes they'll share the location, sometimes they'll just share the picture, and then but nevertheless, it's great when you share the location, but we're really concerned that you just get in the group and share beautiful murals from all across the world, and so it's a great group if you like mural hunting. Go over there and join that as well on Facebook. Again, that's Mural Hunting on Tues. We have another group that we just started. It's called Smash and Dash on Tues. I got fat kid problems and I like to eat. Anytime I go somewhere, I want to find a restaurant and eat. I found a little Mexican spot on yesterday, an area that I frequent pretty much. It's actually in Moxville, so it's not too far from where I live. And I've gone by there, countless times. And yesterday, I was kind of hungry, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna check this joint out. And I'm pretty glad that I did. Excuse me. I was definitely satisfied. Um, so it's a little Mexican joint I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, go and join the group. Again, that's Smash and Dash on two. You smash your food and you dash, and you do it while you're on your motorcycle. And you say, "Hey, Retro, I don't have a motorcycle." Well, that's okay. You can still join the group as long as you're posting eateries and of course take a picture of your food and post it. Because normally that's what I do anyway. Anytime I go out to eat, especially if it look good, I take a picture and I'll post it. And so we just went on and started a group, man. So I also post food videos. Sometimes I come across new spots that are opening, and I'll post them in there as an idea of where we may go and check out. Uh, so starting this group is twofold. Get some fellowship going and things like that. But it's also a place of information. So if I'm looking for something different to eat, post it and say, okay, that's good. Let me go and try this place, wherever it may be. Me and a couple friends, we hopped on our motorcycle and we left North Carolina, heading all the way up to Rhode Island for some seafood. And so if the food looks good, and hey, we'll ride. We'll ride. So go check that out. It's called Smash and Dash on Twos. I've reached my destination where I got to drop this particular load. And I don't know if you guys want to sit around and wait for me while I unload this. I don't have dump truck. I'm pulling the trailer. The dump truck is nice because you don't got to touch it. You just hit the button, it's gone. Um, but because I'm pulling the trailer, I think what I need, I ain't no think, I know what I need. I need to invest in a dump trailer because touching this material twice is not nice. It's no fun. So y'all hold on one second. Let me go and see where they want me to unload this. Be right back. Hey, what's up, boss man? I got some wood I want to dump. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That stuff will stay on there. Yeah, I'm gonna just drop the wood and leave the other stuff on. Just right around there where the rest of it's at. Okay, thank you. You'd be surprised what people would do and try to get away with. But one thing I don't believe in doing is burning corners. I mean, burning bridges. Um, and so I've got some wood on my trailer that I got to get rid of. But there's some other stuff on there as well. But of course, I'm not gonna dump that stuff. But some people will just dump it and go, man. But I call that burning bridges. Chances are I'll need these guys before they'll need me. So I try to do right by people because it's the way you're supposed to do things. Period. End of story. It's wet out here today. My truck is gonna probably get all muddy and everything, but it is what it is. Bada boom, bada bang. I guess this will be a good enough spot, if ever, to make it. Let me see if this is gonna work. Oh, excuse me. I have developed a cough, and I took some mucomess for it yesterday, and that certainly helps. But God, boy, ain't got time to get sick now. Let me see. If life was all about fun, it'd be great. But sometimes in life, you gotta actually work. Done. And I got a lot to get done today. Thank you for pressing play and joining me for another episode of Retro Philosophy TV. Day in the life of the one and only Mr. Retro. Alright, so I got to get this stuff off of here. Get about my day. I ain't got all day. Be fooling around with this stuff. We got some rain supposed to be back around. So I want to get this stuff done before the rain hits. Because I got to get down to the barbershop today. And do some cutting too. You know, all my life as a young man, I used to hear the saying, jack of all trades, master of none. This belly here, heavy. And I didn't like that. It made me feel some kind of way. I had a gentleman tell me one time, the problem is I really look up to the guy. And he told me that what I was doing would never work. At the time, we were in the process of opening a restaurant, which later went on to be very successful. But he told me it would never work. He told me I had too many irons in the fire. Hurt my feelings. And on in life found out that that was just part of the quote or saying, all trades master of none. You know, most of the time people stop there. Small-minded people stop there. But the quote goes on to say, jack of all trades, master of none, but still better than master of none. How's it go? Jack of all trades, master of none, but still better than master of one, something like that. In other words, better to be skilled in many things and master none than only to be skilled in one thing. You see what I'm saying? I am a multifaceted person. I am skilled beyond measure. I am favored. I'm blessed. I'm anointed. I'm gifted. The list goes on and on and on. And it took me a while to get to the point where I understood who I was in God. Because sometimes we are dealing with small-minded people, weak people, people who are further along in life than you are in terms of, time, but still haven't mastered anything. And here you are juggling several things, and sometimes they don't think that that's fair. Well, guess what, guys? I get the same 24 hours a day that you do. It's not my fault that you choose to focus on one thing. And anytime you see or find a person that's gifted, just because life looks easy for them, no shape, form, or fashion doesn't mean that it is easy. To whom much is given, much is required. You take a guy like me, you know, good looking, in good shape, smart, intelligent, full of wisdom. Come on, y'all, help me pound it out. In the comment section, help describe your boy Retro. Don't forget the good looking part, Don't forget the fact that he got, you know, awesome physique and all that good stuff. Uh, and but when you're gifted, you have your fair share of I don't know if I should say struggles. Whoa. I hope that's out of frame. Whew. Because I almost busted my hind part right there. That trailer is a dovetail, which means it slopes down at the bottom. That's some good wood. I actually should be keeping that. But I just don't have time to be dealing with it right now. Um, Matter of fact, when I get home, I gotta find some time today to get my yard and stuff together. I gotta service my mower and gotta service my mower so I can get my yard. I was cutting it the other day and my mower was just sounding kind of funny, made a weird noise. You gotta pay attention to those things. Sometimes those are indicators that you need to service your equipment. Anytime it starts doing something abnormal or out of it. But anyway, let's get back to you gifted folk. Okay? It's not without cost. It's not without a price. We gotta pay the price to be anointed. You know, what does it say? Heavy is the head that wears a crown. Something like that. I don't know if I'm still in frame or not, guys. All of my another good board. I should be keeping that. You go to the store and try to buy those boards up there. So it's just mad expensive. Everything is high right now. Not to mention I need to change a few boards on my trailer here as it is. And those would probably work. I just don't have time right now to be fooling around with it though. Just leave this trailer empty. Because here's the deal, if I let this stuff sit on this trailer and I get a call for another job, that job will be delayed and possibly missed. Because now I gotta go empty the trailer and do this and do that. So you know the saying, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Let me see here. This is wood, but it's covered with aluminum. And they'll probably get upset if I leave this. So here's where the integrity comes in place. I can lay it on its side, and they would only see the wood. But suppose they get ready to throw it in the machine with all that aluminum on it. It could potentially mess up their machine, and that's not right. Then I would have possibly burned a bridge, and that ain't working. See, that's the problem. To me, I was gonna say you folks, but I won't lump you in the category with those guys. There are some people who are not concerned about what other people have to go through and deal with. They're always looking to get over it. It's all about them. It would be much easier for me to just drop everything right here, but come on, man. Let's play by the rules. How about that? Another good piece I should have kept. And another good piece I should have kept. I'm trying to make sure I get all these boards out of the way so that the next driver can come through here and have to ride over these boards that I dropped because a lot of them have some big nails hanging out of them. And tires ain't cheap either. So you see how thoughtful I am of others, man? That's the name of the game. You gotta take the time some to be thoughtful for others, man. Maybe that's the whole premise of this episode today. Are you looking out for your brother, man? Look out for me and I'll look out for you. Thus, we'll be looking out for each other. Life is hard enough, don't you think? Some people have been dealt a bad hand in all their life. They had to fight. But I'll kill them dead. So I let them deep leash. But that's the experience of a lot of people. The Harpo syndrome. And it's bad enough that Harpo is such a bad individual. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these guys. Harpo is such a bad person that he's left a lasting impression, negative that is, on somebody's life who will in turn very possibly um, inflict that on somebody else. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with these. I might have to go to the landfill with these. Landfill, boy, they charge you out the yin yang. Everybody charge you out the yin yang nowadays, man. It's ridiculous. Everything has gone up with the exception of the layman's pay. What about us? What about us? All right, that's it. That's all that's going to come off on that side. I'll put this trash back on here. And I do have a site where I can take this cardboard and it'll be incinerated. So I guess that's where I'll take that. What y'all got going on today? I don't know if you're commenting or not. I don't even know if anybody's watching right now because I can't see. Got too far away. I left with a big mess and coming back with still a mess. But it is what it is. I want to leave these. I don't think that would be right for me to do that to them. Whew. I wonder if I should keep this. All right, guys. I tell my son all the time, work smart and not hard. And so today, working smart means taking my time. I could have just picked that up because, like I told you, I got the guns, right? But I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. Let's run and pull something, and then I'll be down for a couple weeks, couple months. So we're just gonna take it easy. Y'all know I'm 50 years old, right? I'll be 50 years old in about 6 months, 6, 7 months. So I ain't getting no younger. And that I understand. Well, actually, I remember I'd have had this whole trailer cleared once upon a time. I'd be just flinging stuff. Man, shoot. And that age start creeping up on you. You start slowing down a little bit. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Because shoot, if I done anything, I done put my time in. I'm at a point now and at a stage in life where you can out-risk looking lazy in the eyes of someone that don't know. Because if they only knew, they would say, nah, that brother deserves it, bro. He been going hard in the paint for a long time. And so if he want to slow down right now for a little bit, Unc deserve that slow down. Yes, sir. Yeah. If you only knew. Yeah. All right. I ain't gonna lie. I used to work my son at a young age. That boy ain't lazy either. Hard working little man. Because that's what was modeled in front of him. That's what he always saw. His old man going to get it. And and if I knew then what I know now, I'd have had at least three sons. I'd have been on top of Shelly. Come on, give me another son, baby. Give me another son. What? And initially, I wanted to have a lot of kids. But when we had our first son, I said, this little joker is work. So I rethought the plan. And then we had our daughter, Tajana, beautiful little girl. Um, and to be honest with you, my daughter's birth was the most difficult one for my wife. She had a few complications. Nothing major, but she had a few during delivery. It wasn't so much the term, but it was more so the delivery. And I just couldn't stand to see my wife in that kind of pain, man. She was in some pain for that delivery. And that played the biggest role, true story, no cap. And me saying, you know what? Two is enough. We got a boy, we got a girl. You know, it takes work, raise kids. And, you know, we were young entrepreneurs at the time when we started having kids. And we started having kids. Look at me, started having kids. I thought we had a whole bunch. We ain't have but two. But we started having kids um, right after we got married. And we had talked about that, and the plan was really to wait and enjoy marriage for a while before we started having kids. Well, it didn't play out that way. And I won't say unfortunately, I'll just say it's just the way it played out. And so as a result, um, you know, there was a lot, um, I wouldn't say a lot going on, but dang it. All right, you know what? I'm not going to fuss with this. I'm going to put one strap. I ain't going too far. One strap will hold it just to keep it from going here. So anyway, we had been married for probably not even a year, and then we got pregnant with our first child. Do you guys even care? I'm just babbling, and so there was a lot going on. And then we talked about uh, church. Y'all don't even want to know those stories, um, so I won't even go into that. And so I felt we had enough on our plate, and you know, having a bunch of kids just didn't seem like wisdom in that moment. But my kids, both of them, turned out to be beautiful, um, beautiful young adults, and I'm proud of them both. And if I knew then what I know now, I would have had at least two more. You know, I come from a family of four. Well, four in the household, and one that my dad had um, prior to my mom. Shout out to my sister Tony out in California. Um, I was probably 20 years old when I met her for the first time. We knew about her growing up, but we had just never met her. And mainly because she was living in California, she was all the way across the world. And I remember when I first time I met her, I had already been married. I don't know how long I had been married, but I do know for a fact that I was married when I met her. Um, that's why I know for a fact it was 20 years before I met her because I got married at 19. All right, guys, that's it. All that trash is going back home with me, unfortunately, for now. Um, I might just take it to the other location, um, but we'll see. Y'all see me, man? I done worked up a sweat. Sweating was not in my plan when I got up this morning. However, I did know that it was a possibility. Can't be afraid of a little sweat, guys. Um, so yeah, I was 20 some years old when I first met my stepsister, um, half sister, whatever you want to call it, my sister. I'll just put it like that. Um, But anyway, I brung that up to say I grew up in a household of four. Oh, there's some metal and stuff over there. Let me go up there and ask this guy what he wants me to do. Because if I can leave it, man, I will. And so if I could do it again, guys, I would have at least two more kids. And and I would probably, if I had the choice to choose, I'd take whatever the Lord would give me if I were to do it again. But if I could choose, I would have about, two more boys. Because I tell you, them boys come in handy, boy. Get out there and shovel that snow. Get out there and cut that grass. Get out there and, you know, pick up the house, just whatever. Um, Ooh, man, I done worked up a sweat for real. I need something cold. I'm sitting here sipping on this coffee. It's a good cup of coffee, too. Y'all bear with me one more time. Uh, Hold on, let me see. I'll take y'all with me. It is what it is. We ain't hiding from nobody. We ain't running from nobody. And we ain't scared. How about that? Y'all see what it is. McGlure Trucking in the building. Do all kind of stuff. You call, we're hard. Whether be drunk or whatever. All right, I dropped all the wood, but I do got some more boards. I wasn't sure, so I said, let me check with you. It's got like a cover of fine aluminum. You can't take that? Okay, I just want to make sure. All right, we'll see you later. Better safe than sorry. I figured that would be the answer, but if I could have left that here, that would have been great. I could go home and pull the aluminum off and then go get some money for the aluminum and then bring the wood back. Could do that. I don't know if I want to put that kind of work into it because it ain't like it's gonna bring a whole lot. And knowing me, I might find a project around the house and make something and use that to make it. Who knows? We'll see. Let me see if I can get some circulation going. All right, I'm gonna just pause and since I'm in no rush and let this traffic go. So guys, that's a day in the life of Mr. Retro. Again, thank you for pressing play, Retro Philosophy TV. Um, when you get to a certain point in life, you want an uneventful life. You want a life that's. I was talking with someone the other day, and I was saying how it's good to live beneath your means and not above your means. Because some people they try to live a life above their means, which means they have to stress to finance that lifestyle. And so often people will buy stuff they can't afford to impress people they don't even like. Where do they do that at? Everywhere. You'd be surprised. And I'm trying to live a drama-free life. Um, if I had my way right now, I'd be out on some acreage in the middle of nowhere on a homestead, just chilling, living off the land. And, you know, I don't even need the excitement. Once upon a time, boy, I was an excitement. What do you call it? A thrill seeker. I had to be where everything was at. I had to be where it was popping. And man, I can sit in my house all day and not miss nobody. And be good with it too, boy. Tinkering around with a few things, and but anyway, the grandbaby stayed the night last night, so maybe I'll go home and me and the wife and the grandbaby get some breakfast or something. That sounds like a lovely plan, doesn't it? I wonder if my wife is watching. She'll watch my stuff, y'all. Ain't that something? Yeah, she's one of my biggest supporters, man. She will press play in a heartbeat. She be telling me though, she be like, "Hey, I'm telling you got to cut it short. You be on too long. People ain't gonna be watching all that long." Yo, she be telling me the truth though. I love that girl. Oh man, he just oh, my bad. My bad, man. All right, all right. They got these men out here and they got the road blocked off, so they're coning it. So you got one back there that says go, and then you get halfway up, and then this one is telling me to stop, and I'm just and it's like there's not even really a place to stop. So that was really confusing. But my wife would say, "See, God don't like ugly." But at any rate, guys, um, I'm going to oh, let me tell you this. We're going to be going live Monday morning. Excuse me, Monday night. We'll be live Monday morning with morning inspiration. But Monday night we'll be interviewing the one and only Kodak the Ground Pounder, and they. And when I say they, the motorcycle club that he rides with, Soldiers United, they've got a unity ride coming up. It's gonna be real nice, man. I'm looking forward to participating in it as well. Soldiers United, good group of brothers, all vets. They have shown me mad love and respect, and that doesn't go unnoticed, unappreciated at all. It is extremely appreciated, and just some top-notch stand-up guys. They have knocked out several of the Mission 448 Four Corners as well. So shout out to Soldiers United. So we'll be chit-chatting with Kodak Monday night, talking about the Unity Ride, what it's supporting, who it's supporting, and how it's going to go down. So you guys want to definitely tune in to that Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, so make sure you put that on your calendar. Kodak is the man, though. He's been out there. He's been out there on his scoop getting it, man. He definitely supports. You can say a lot about him, but one thing you can't say is that Kodak doesn't support. Kodak the ground pounder, he be out there. He put his miles where his mouth is. He put his money where his mouth is, and he gets out there and he supports everybody across the board. And so that should be applauded. And I'm gonna just say it. Kodak don't win the 2026 Titan Award this for 2026, and something's broke. Something's broke. I said it right here on the Retro Philosophy Show. If Kodak don't make 2026 Titan, something ain't right. I'm just saying. Um, I'm just talking trash, but I mean it though. I mean Kodak the Ground Pounder is definitely Titan material, and he's worthy of um, the accolades that go along with it. So shout out to Kodak the Ground Pounder. We'll talk more about that on Monday night, y'all. So make sure you tune in for the coffee, or y'all would say tea, but I got coffee in my cup. So all right, Popo. As long as you're going in the other direction and ain't bothering me, we good. All right, all right. I got breakfast on my mind, guys. Where should I go for breakfast? You guys got any suggestions? I'm thinking Waffle House. I haven't been to the Awful Waffle in a long time. It's been a while since I've been. That was like my joint. Well, it wasn't my joint. It was, but it wasn't. But I haven't been there in a while. And I don't know. I think I might be. Oh man, I'm just running this light, and the popo pulling right up to the light. But it was yellow, y'all. It was yellow, so I didn't run it. I just. Oh Lord. Okay, he kept going. Good deal. Good deal. I didn't do it intentionally. I was just driving, and it happened to turn yellow as I was, you know. And so, what is the rule of thumb with the yellow light? When it turns yellow, are you supposed to try to stop, or what's the deal with that? I guess I've heard it different ways from different people. Some people, it's like when they see yellow, it's like they see go at a drag strip. They accelerate to try to beat the yellow light. And but here's the thing, especially with this trailer on the back, this trailer alone is massive, it's heavy, and then I still have some stuff on it, and so it's not as easy to stop when you got weight behind you like this. So at that, like, even if I were to throw on brakes, there's no way I would have been able to stop it in time. I'll tell you what, man, I had that dump truck loaded down with some, what did I have? I had a bunch of stone in there. But the thing about it is, it wasn't like gravel stone, it was busted up stone. And, boy, it was, don't tell nobody, but I was overweight. Whew. But Lil Red was pulling it though, boy. No problem. That little truck there, boy, would work. And, well, I was loaded down. And I was going down Route 3, I believe it was. And, and the dude just threw on brakes, you know, at the thing. He didn't have a signal light on or anything. He threw on brakes. I think he was waiting to take a turn or whatever. And there was no way I could stop that truck, man. I was loaded down, very possibly overweighted. I couldn't stop it, man. I tried to break it down, and man, and it was either the back of that person's car or the side of the road, man. And I chose the latter. I took it to the right, went down in that gully, boom, 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 boom. I just knew I tore up the axle, and that truck just came up out of there, bounced all over the place. Boy, I was literally shaking the rest of that ride. I ain't gonna lie to you. Nerves was bad. Last thing I want is to, critically injure somebody, injure anybody at all. But if I'd have hit the back of that car, it's very easily could have been a fatality. Um, and my wife was with me on that run too. She was riding in the passenger seat. Me and her was riding together that day on that job. And boy, so you got to be careful out there, man, when you're out here doing what you do. And it's not so much that speed was a factor because that wasn't the case. It's just that when people make abrupt decisions, and you're weighted down, some say, well, you should have anticipated that they were going to turn. There was no way to anticipate that. I mean, you could consider it, but the way things was going, I mean, everything was flowing, and then out of the blue, just stop. See, when I drive, I don't know, maybe it's because, I do, I take other things into consideration, like, traffic behind me. See, I could have turned. Uh, See, they had to turn on the signal. Like, good thing I didn't, because they turned their signal on, but yet still they're not turning. Okay, what was I saying, guys? Yeah, so I take into consideration traffic, not just where I'm going and what I'm doing, but the fact that if I make this abrupt stop, what will the person behind me be able to do? And I go accordingly. I think that's the safe way to do it. All right, guys, I got a lot of stuff to do today, but I don't think it's all going to get done. Make sure you press play me for the next episode of Retro Philosophy TV, A Day in the Life of Retro, as we do something sometimes and nothing sometimes, and try to figure it out the other times. I mean, look, this is the Forrest Gump season. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. I might be hauling junk. I might be on my motorcycle. I might be on my jet ski. I might be on my helicopter I don't have a helicopter, y'all, but it just sounded good. I might be on my spaceship. I definitely don't have a spaceship. But just press play because you never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get, man. Um, I got a few projects that I'm gonna bring you guys in on. One in particular is gonna be the rebuild of my teardrop. If you've been following me, you probably saw the teardrop that I pulled with the motorcycle. I've slid it a few times, and when I slept in it, it was alright. It did what it did, but I want to make it a little a tad bit wider and a little bit longer just to make it that much more comfortable. And I want to change the door so that access is much easier. So I'm gonna bring you guys along on that build. We still got the 75 um, KZ 400 that we got to figure out what we're gonna do with that. Uh, did that thing just do what I think it did? Okay, okay. So so we got a few things that we're gonna bring you guys in on, and if there's anything in particular that you want to see, let us know. Tomorrow Philosophy TV will be live again, Gastonia, for the cricket ride. We'll probably film the ride, so make sure you guys tune in for that. Looking forward to have a good time there. I'll be emceeing the event, if you will, and trust me, we're gonna have some fun. So come on out. Registration starts at 2 o'clock. Kicks ends up at 1 o'clock. So from 10 to 1, right show for the most part. As the registrants come in and they usually pull up and we do a little parking lot pimping and just fellowship in food trucks and vendors. Doing my thing on the megaphone. We're gonna have a time tomorrow. So I'll hop off of here, get this trailer situated. I want to get the lawn done here at my house, which I should definitely be able to get that done. But I want to service my mower first, and one thing might lead to another. But I think that old girl definitely needs a service because she ain't had one all year. And so I'll probably do that and then I get the lawn taken care of. I've got some time before I have to be down to the barber shop. I don't have to be down there until later on today. Speaking of which, if you're in the Mooresville, Statesville, Cornelia, Charlotte area and you need a cut, yo, your boy is nice with it. But don't take my word for it. I'll tell you what, you come get a cut and you don't like it, it's on. Matter of fact, if you don't like it, I'll pay you for the cut. That's how confident I am with my skills. Yeah, when I turn them clippers on, yeah, I mean business. And we're gonna get you right. We're gonna get you tight. And so you can check out my barbershop page, Uppercuts. Um, I don't nearly react, or I shouldn't say react, but I don't interact on that page nearly as much. Maybe I ought to intentionally get back active on it. I've seen all kind of notifications through, and so I could be missing some business because I'm not monitoring it like I should. Uh, but one of the reasons that ended up happening was because everybody on my barbershop page pretty much is on my personal page. Um, but at any rate, man, we're good at it. And if you need a cut, let us know, man. We can schedule an appointment. And but until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, everybody, including Lottie Dottie, it's your boy Retro for life.